You're like Daenerys if her dragons were chickens. You are the chicken queen. Your name is Elise Navidad. First of your name, chicken queen, ice princess, purple goddess, breaker of chains, and killer of boners.
Thank you for reading my resume like that.
You're welcome.
Who just lost her first nail. Fuck! These are gonna fuck. Where did it go? John? I already need your assistance.
I think I'm gonna add more No! Chicken!
What?
That was a cat.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
She lost a nail already. You made a choice.
I did. I thought I was doing drag, and I was being like cool, like drag queen, like using my nails. Good. Hi everyone, I'm Elise Baby Dad.
And I'm Cherry Poppins.
And welcome to
Two Girls,
One Webshow! Can you believe we've been doing this show for a month already?
Have we?
Yeah, this is the fourth week.
4?
This is episode 4.
Oh, wow.
Been a month!
Hey, we haven't gotten canceled yet, so we're doing something.
We haven't gotten canceled. If someone actually watched these, that would probably be more likely.
Like who?
So we got back from the lip sync where Jackie Cox and Heidi were both saved, and we're still at the top 6.
I would be in Gigi's booth where I'd be like, why are these people still here? I might like you, but you gotta go. Give me the crown. I want the crown.
Oh yeah, just like Jada said, you don't love your friend any less when you send him off at the airport.
Get out.
Go back in. Beat it, queen. So we get to the mini challenge of this episode, which is one of my favorites, a puppets mini challenge.
Puppets.
How do you think you would do on this mini challenge?
Depends who I got.
This is one that you really have to kind of start planning, I think, towards the beginning of the competition, because you know it's probably coming. It's happened on most seasons since season 4. And you just kind of have, it's like the reading challenge. You kind of just have to prepare for it.
Except the reading challenge this season didn't happen.
It didn't. I guess that was the reading challenge that paired up moment.
So who was your favorite in this, in the puppet challenge?
My favorite in the puppet challenge, I think might have been Heidi. I thought she was really funny.
I agree. Heidi was a lot of fun. I also like Jackie. I think Jackie, though, hit a little bit too close to home.
At the moment, I think Jackie won, but now knowing what we know, that whole force-feeding moment, but I'm sure then it's very funny.
Heidi could have used that time to use the Rhythm of the Night song. They paid for the fucking rights for the entire season.
Well, do you want to hear Heidi sing?
No. I don't really want to hear any of them sing, to be honest.
My Heidi singing impression. Sounds more like Blue's Clues, but it's fine.
The special guest judge this week is Whoopi Goldberg, one of Jada's idols.
I think Whoopi's everyone's idol. A little bit. Everyone knows Whoopi.
Everyone knows Whoopi.
Everyone knows Whoopi Goldberg.
Everyone needs to take a moment to watch The View, okay? Fix your feathers.
Fix your feathers. Fix your feathers before you come for me. So first up, in the Maxi Challenge, which was a one-woman show, was Jackie Cox.
In her, like, pre-Maxi Challenge with Whoopi, she had an idea about doing something bad.
It was going to be like the rules or like the intro of Drag Race, like Drag Race 101.
Well, also, Jackie, I love you, but you haven't won a challenge. I don't want to learn how to do Drag Race from someone that hasn't won a challenge.
That's fair.
So Jackie's main challenge was kind of like when she actually did it, ended up being really funny because she was a mix between her mother and her father. I thought it got a little too personally, but it went over well with the audience.
It seemed a little too presented for me. I think that's why maybe she didn't win. It seems so, not over-rehearsed, but just so like, this is my stage voice, and this is my mom, and this is my dad, which is kind of how Jackie talks anyway, but she's so much more personable in the interviews. Yeah, it was fine. I liked it. I laughed. It was definitely the second best. So she definitely got runner-up in this week. Good week for her. She should be proud. It was great. Good for Jackie.
For sure. Next up, we have Crystal Method.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on her?
This was one of my favorite things I've seen on Drag Race. There was a lot of Phil puns, and it was great. I am obsessed that she did a male character, but she did it in full drag. She had full beat, her mullet hair, a huge heel, like a platform heel. Like she was in a shoe. And like, honestly, Crystal would probably wear that muscle suit in drag anyway. So I thought it was perfect.
I thought that she brought like a goofiness to it.
100%. She's a very goofy French baby. I do have one thing to say about Crystal's performance, and it has no critique of Crystal, but it is a critique of the judges. So they loved when Crystal was like, dump it, dump it, dump it. Cackling, cackling, cackling. God forbid Rock'em Sakura do a fart joke in her first episode. A fart joke.
Justice for Rock'em.
Justice for Rock'em. Crystal, loved, though. She did great. She deserved that win. So next up, after Crystal Method, was
your green wall.
Was my green wall. Was it Gigi or Heidi next? It was one of those two.
Let's talk about Heidi next. The next person we're going to talk about is Miss Heidi. And she decides to come in with a little concept. I felt very like Tyler Perry vibes from this. It's like channel that entire trope and make it funny. But instead of doing that, she went with her own idea, which was not funny.
I had the exact same critique of Heidi, was she needed to take it to a Medea movie level of just stupid shenanigans, stereotypes, caricatures. She needed to do that. Everything was too real for her. It was good. I don't think it was bad. I laughed a couple times. They weren't exaggerated enough.
Yeah, something was just off.
The next person we're going to talk about is Gigi Goode. What did you think, Cherry? I want to know your opinion first.
Okay, so I loved this concept. I think the idea of a flight attendant to hell is really funny. It kind of gives me like a little homage to like the River Styx. She's the Grim Reaper kind of, but it wasn't funny.
I think for the first time, you disliked Gigi, and I really liked what she did on this stage. I finally liked what Gigi did. She got in her own way more than anything. The jokes that were written and the ones that she was coming up with on the spot, I thought were so funny. I thought when she was calling out to people in the audience, all of that was hilarious. However, I do not think some of the time she delivered them in the best way because she was so focused on that outline and she was more focused on that rather than just winging it and knowing eventually I have to get to this point. Eventually I have to get to this point. I love the material. I didn't like the execution as much.
Like I said, I don't think that she would be a queen that I would volunteer to go see her show.
I would not pay money to see Gigi perform. Yeah, like I wouldn't pay a cover to see her.
I'd probably pay a cover to like see her in a bar, but I wouldn't pay to like see her Beachman show.
I go to another bar with other New York queens that are better performers. Like I don't have any care of if you're famous or not. I literally only care if you're a good performer. That's all I care about. I don't care how good you look. Well, I care how good you look. You have to look good enough to But she
don't want it to be like she can't look Gigi good enough.
She can never look Gigi good enough to make me pay money to see her, unless for some reason she turns out a lip sync somewhere that I'm like, oh, it's like that one in the white studio with the two dancers. Well, all she was doing was this and that pantsuit. Swinging her hips back and forth? No, I'm good. I've seen it. Looking good is fine. Performing takes more than looking good. If you can't perform, if all you do is sit there or stand there and look pretty and move your lips without like anything else, that's not it, sis. You have to like at least act it or feel it or give. You have to know the song, put the beats on the places and the boom. Like you have to do something.
Yeah.
And also, after this whole rant, I don't mean that Gigi's not a good performer. What I'm saying is I have not seen her be a good performer yet.
Yeah, I hear you.
Up next in the main challenge was the bitch who went way too long, so we're not even going to talk about her, and we're just going to move straight on to Jada. She put the P in pageant.
Oh, yeah, she put the P in pageant.
It doesn't seem like she's a theater girl. So I think that the story she told could have been very funny and could have been very good if she did it in a different way.
I was just like, where's the joke, mama? Where's the joke? Jada just was not funny. She reminded me of the end of Marley and Me where the dog dies.
He eats that shoe and then he just dies.
Yeah.
I've never seen
just
Marley and Me.
pissed all over her boyfriend, and then...
Which, hey, could have been a great ad for water sports or something like that.
A really great ad for the Eagle.
You know what? If I ever get hired at the Eagle, I'm going to download that, do that as a lip sync, and just pee on someone at the end. Eagle, hire me after the pandemic. So, Cherry, are you ready to bring it to the runway?
Bring it to the runway. 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 Into the runway. Runway.
So the first person we're talking about on the runway is Jackie Cox.
Yeah, are you here for Cox?
I'm here for Cox. I love this look. Craft store and all. I loved it.
I was just a little confused about the Molly this little monster was doing.
You of all people should appreciate the Molly the monster was doing. It's smart. Because obviously if you're looking at like what she's in, of course you're on Molly when you see that. I've actually never done Molly before. Sounds fun. Next up, we have Crystal Method.
I loved it. The only critique of it I have is there was no shape. I would have loved it for have a little bit more of a definition.
I agree with the shape thing. I definitely think like if it would have had more shape, it would have been better. However, I still loved it. So up next was Heidi. You're saying no?
I'm saying Sears wants their dress back.
Not Sears. At least like JCPenney.
No, girl, Sears.
It was good for her. However, it was not as good as anyone else's. Also, side note, how pissed was Jan that she got eliminated before the purple runway?
Probably terrified. She was probably pissed.
So pissed. I thought it was pretty. It wasn't Drag Race runway worthy.
No, not at all.
Up next was Gigi Good. And I loved this so much. Flames. Flames on the side of my face.
Girl, it was the night the lights went out in Georgia.
It was great. It was great. It was Daphne from Scooby-Doo, down boots, but it wasn't close. It wasn't exactly it, so she could still say inspired by and not like get sued for copyright infringement. Yeah, the bow was great. The sleeves were lovely. I have literally zero critique of her runway. Absolutely.
Also, zero critique of her runway.
So up next on the runway,
we have Jada Essence Hall. And she looked great, but I will say that it was nothing that wowed me.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought this runway was amazing. Like, almost perfect. Almost perfect. I thought it was, you weren't wowed. I was wowed. I was fully wowed. The only critique I have was that little train. It looked as she was walking down the runway, she was slipping on it just slightly.
Right?
That's my only critique, but that look, I thought was perfection. What did you not like?
I just thought it was kind of basic.
Where? How? Where? I loved it. I thought it was drag perfection. Like, she looked amazing. Everything was correct. I do think it's very funny that the two, like, non-concept looks ended up in the bottom two. Which you were saying in an earlier episode, you gotta bring a concept to Drag Race. Maybe you're right.
I'm Sasha Bell. I cracked the code.
Cracked the code. Sasha Bell going home second. Oh. So lip syncing for their life in the bottom two was Jada Essence Hall
and Heidi. What were your thoughts on this?
I really wished it was another song. I thought honestly it was a terrible lip sync song for Drag Race. If it was anything by Prince, it should have been Purple Rain. But also, I thought it should have been a song from Color Purple, the musical. It should have been either Push the Button or I'm Here.
Should have been Push the Button. I, however, think that Jada won, hands down.
Oh, Jada won easy. Heidi, as soon as she knew she was in the bottom two, she's like, there is no way I'm surviving a fourth lip sync against Jada. Or a fourth lip sync in general at the top six. Like, you can survive a fourth lip sync, maybe at the top five, getting into top four, but not at the top six.
She was definitely doomed.
Yeah, so Jada won the lip sync, and unfortunately that means that Heidi is sent to the house.
Beat it, queen. It's Celebrity Drag Race!
Celebrity Drag Race! We have three lovely individuals competing for this crown tonight. Alex Newell.
We have Daddy from Schitt's Creek.
And we have Daddy that hosts Ultimate Ninja Warrior. We have Alex Newell and two guys I want to fuck. Trevor? His name Trevor?
Sean?
Mike? What were the straight people's names? I don't remember straight people's names on principle. I really liked this episode of Drag Race Celebrity. I thought it was really funny. All the celebrities served. Like, they were all in. Schitt's Creek was a super fan. Ultimate Ninja Warrior was hilarious and, like, into it. Like, he was like, I'm ready, bitch. I am Betty Bordeaux. And I'm a sexy, full-figured woman. And I'm going to sway my hips and be the most glamorous woman that's ever been a woman.
The most glamorous woman that's ever been a woman?
Yes. Well, next to me, obviously. I have a cheer on.
Next to you.
Yeah. Who did you think should have won? It was a 3-way tie. Spoiler alert. Who did you think should have won?
The Dusty Ray Bottoms impersonator.
I thought that Ultimate Ninja Warrior should have won. This was one of the worst lip syncs in Drag Race history. It was a garbage lip sync. Y'all need to learn how to perform. Alex Newell is an amazing performer. Literally a Broadway star. Why can't you fucking lip sync to Celine Dion? What happened? I was like, ma'am, I've seen you perform, and I know you can fucking slay. So where was all of that in a lip sync?
I hated that outfit she wore. That red.
That makeup. Whoever did her makeup was not it. It was not good. That eye was not it, sis.
Fire him. Burn him at the stake.
Oh.
The time has come to bring back my gals.
Oh, All-Stars 5!
Yes, Annie.
Workroom entrances.
So Shay was the first to enter the workroom. And she was in this blue Barbie, traveling Barbie doll dress.
Ooh, it looked so good.
Pantsuit. It looked so good.
It looked amazing. 10 out of 10 for Shea Coulee.
Yeah, no critiques. Cracker then came in looking like a teal peacock.
It was fun, flouncy, feminine, youthful, cute. It was good. Blair St. Clair was there. She looked like great.
She looks like a biological woman.
Yeah, she looked like a wand. She's cute. As a boy, honestly, she's even cuter than she was last time. She's growing.
Yeah, she got her lips done, girl.
Her puberty is going great.
I think next up was Alexis Mateo.
Alexis Mateo.
Who came in looking like a knockoff Tool J-Lo impersonator.
She was serving her body. She had this huge drag Tool coat, little Puerto Rico swimsuit. I thought it was good.
This is All-Stars 5. I don't need to see you in a swimsuit walking into the workroom.
Girl, did you see how many stones were on that swimsuit?
The cheap ones.
So, I liked it.
Mariah?
Maybe. And they call this queen Mariah. Mariah Balenciaga, Mariah Paris, Mariah Successful.
She looked great. Very New Age Power Ranger.
I loved it. I would have loved either a cape or a train or a something extra zhuzh. But by itself, I thought it was really cute. I liked it. Up next, we're going to talk about Jujubee.
Oh, Jujubee came in wearing a store manager dress.
She sure did. So I liked it. She's known for looking rather pedestrian, which I'm fine with. Honestly, All-Stars are going to have to up your game a little bit, but like your entrance look, you're not being judged on.
We have India Farah coming in.
India Farah, yes. It wasn't anything specific. It wasn't a reference, but it was drag, and I liked it.
I enjoyed the silhouette. I just think it looked cheap.
So up next, we had Derek Barry.
Coming in looking like a Britney Spears impersonator again. Did you not learn anything from your last season, girl? Also, you're in a flat. I get that it's a reference to...
Which she was in a flat?
Yes,
I didn't
the Britney Spears look.
See that. Derek Barry had the nerve to walk into All-Stars in a flat.
But you know what? Derek's the looks were fantastic. Like, if we were judging it spot on as impersonations, it was spot on perfect to what Britney did. But this is a drag competition. I'm not interested in your spot on impersonation of Britney. I'm interested in you taking it to a drag level. So if you're not going to do that, then get out.
You're on season 8, girl. Like, we're on season 12. You had years. You had time.
But then next up, we had...
Mayhem Miller.
Little Miss Amazon.
You know that she walked into that workroom knowing this is from Amazon. Every drag queen knows this leotard. I'm going to wear this as my entrance look. And just like piss off everyone. I loved it. I loved it. She did stone the bottom. She was trolling every single Drag Race fan. And I love when someone does that.
If this is what she was doing, then yes, hilarious. I don't think, however, that's her intent, because I don't think she is that smart.
You're not, no matter who you are, walking into All-Stars in that leotard, not on purpose. Last up, we have Angina from season 1.
Coming and looking like a tea set.
I thought he just ate her up so much. She's such a tiny person. It just engulfed her. She was too small to be wearing it.
I like that when you want to hide your lace, you just put something on your lace line.
Yeah.
You don't, like, clean it or, like, glue it.
Or I'll just buy a new wig.
You know what I really love about this look? Your earrings.
Oh, aren't they gorgeous?
Okay. I need drag.
Yeah, it's time. I have a lot of selfies to take. Bye, bitch.